All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are unfortunately talking about the Chicago Bears tonight. 19-13 loss on the road against the Houston Texans. It doesn't sound too bad at face value, but obviously if you watch that game, specifically the second half, you're probably upset. You probably had a brutal Monday, and you probably heard about it the entire day. Through two games, the Chicago Bears have a total of 353 yards, averaging just under 3 yards per play. Keep in mind, though, man, Houston's a top 5 team in the NFL, in my opinion, easily. Like, it really is. DeMeco Ryans has done a phenomenal job with this defense. They hit a home run with C.J. Stroud. The Bears' defense actually held up really well against C.J. We'll get to that towards the end of the video. But you're going up on the edge. Will Anderson Jr., Daniel Hunter. I mean, these are freaking freaks of natures. So, yeah, under 3 yards per play, that just absolutely can't happen. Caleb did have much better numbers yardage-wise, 23 of 37 for 174 yards. But unlike his first game, we saw 2 interceptions along with one that was held or called back. Penalties not helping. The offensive line is a huge problem. It really is. And we're going to get to the statistic of the week in just a second. But the penalties it's just a mess. The offense had 4 false starts, 1 by Wright, 1 by Mercedes Lewis, 2 by Nate Davis. There's also a delay of game penalty. All in all, they gave up 7 total sacks. It reminded me of Justin Fields' Chicago Bears debut, where the Cleveland Browns sacked him 9 times. How are these real statistics? But folks, before we get any further into tonight's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Bears and NFL content. If you try and get this video to 100 likes, folks, that would mean the absolute world to me. Here's where things get even worse. 9 of the Bears' third downs had more than 9 yards to go to get a first down. Terrible production, terrible. Whether it was play calling from Shane Waldron, the new OC, whether it was the offensive line, whatever it was, 9 of their plays on first down went for 1, 0, or negative yards. That cannot happen. And then another unideal statistic, Caleb Williams was 0 of 7 on passes, traveling 15 plus air yards. But here's the stat of the week, in my opinion. This is why Bears fans should not be freaking out, or at least from my standpoint. The only reason I'm freaking out is because can Caleb Williams even play the entire season due to this offensive line? Like, will he be healthy enough to finish off the regular season? I don't care about 10 wins. I don't care about 7 wins. You know, obviously you want to have a good football team and a good record and playoffs, but it's week 2, so we're going to take it week by week. But he started really hot, all right? He completed his first 8 passes of the night, and this is the best statistic. Williams completed 76% of his attempts while working from a clean pocket, all right? So 141 of his 174 total yards were when he had a clean pocket. And Eberflus, Shane Waldron, the offensive line, every coach on the Chicago Bears offense needs to figure this out as the season progresses, because every single team the Chicago Bears face will blitz like none other based on what we saw last night, all right? This offensive line needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed immediately. According to NFL Next Gen Stats, Houston blitzed Williams on 42% of his dropbacks. That's the highest number since DeMeco Ryans became the Houston Texans head coach last year. He completed 3 of his 12 attempts when blitzed and threw an interception while being sacked 5 times off the blitz. So all in all, you saw 7 total sacks. You saw 11 total quarterback hits, and we got to figure this run game out. And we have to. And it's crazy how many kind of outside zones Shane Waldron was calling, because you're going up against Will Anderson Jr. and Daniel Hunter. So DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert had the first offensive touchdown of this season. They averaged 2.5 yards per carry on 33 rushes for 82 yards. I mean, just an absolute terrible statistic. But once again, you're calling outside zones, but like Nate Davis, it just baffles me. And I wish I could play the film. I wish I was the NFL and I could play all this film, because I'm sure you've seen it on Twitter. You've at least heard of it. I'm telling you, man, the tape, the film of Nate Davis at right guard, it's just, it's speechless. Like, honestly, just speechless. It sucks Ryan Bates is on IR, because he should be the team's starting right guard. It would not shock me in any way, shape, or form if Chicago, I mean, they're not going to cut Nate Davis, but I wouldn't be surprised if they bench him. They should actually bench him. We saw it a week ago with Ryan Bates, but unfortunately the IR landed. No Keenan Allen definitely didn't help, but no excuses. But once again, man, that first half was not that bad. And the good news for the Chicago Bears is this defense, it really is that good. They forced 4 turnovers. They rank 11th in sacks. They're on pace to double their production from last season. Assuming they're really good against the run for the entire season, like we've seen in the first 2 weeks, it's probably easily going to be a top 10 unit, but it also easily could be a top 5 unit. Kyler Gordon really had a nice game. Trevon Dexter in year 2, attacking the quarterback. Tremaine Edmonds with a sack, 11 total tackles. Andrew Billings with a forced fumble at the goal line. Jack Sanborn with a sack. I don't think there was a single player on defense who performed badly. Tyreek Stevenson had some rough stretches. The Houston Texans targeted him early on, but he held his own at the end of the day. Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, this is on paper even now, even though it's an extremely young group, they're one of the best defenses in the National Football League. And when you hold the Houston Texans to 19 total points, you have to win the football game. And we need to see an offensive touchdown from Caleb Williams, whether it's with his arm or his legs in week 3 against the Indianapolis Colts. Another good thing for the Chicago Bears is we just saw the Green Bay Packers with backup quarterback, former third stringer in Tennessee, Malik Willis, start the football game in absence or wake of Jordan Love, and they won. They dominated the football game, and they ran all over Indianapolis. Gus Bradley loves to run cover 3, and I think we have to see run production because DeAndre Swift was signed for a reason. Caleb Williams cannot be the league's or the Bears' leading rusher. He carried 5 times for 44 yards, including that 24-yarder. At the end of the day, man, Texans have a better coach, in my opinion. They have a better offense. They clearly have a better quarterback. Caleb only having 2 NFL starts. They have a better, maybe not better defense on paper, maybe, but I still think the Bears defense is actually probably better than Houston. I think it, once again, is close, if not a top 5, or will be a top 5 unit in the NFL. Just need to score points, offensive points. The good news is Chicago got that win thanks to the defense week 1 at home against the Tennessee Titans. But I'm really curious to see how this upcoming week goes because Chicago can come away with the victory if they can have a productive day running the ball, and if Caleb can have a nice stat line and a nice productive day, this will be far in the past. It's a week-to-week season. We got 15 left of these for the Chicago Bears. It's not the end of the world, but Nate Davis and the offensive line in general, Darnell Wright held his own for the most part up until when it really mattered with Daniil, but if this offensive line can't be fixed and you're not running the football and Caleb doesn't have any time and he's running for his life every play, it might be a long season if Caleb can even stay healthy for it. All right. So that's all we got for tonight. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Bears and NFL content. But folks, give me any thoughts you have on last night's game down below. We'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks for watching. Peace.